Right, we're going to talk about consoles and PC control methods and game ports and things like that now. Right. Now, in the past, they used to complain about, gaming companies doing a lousy job on AIs, right? Because the multiplayer was a thing. Nowadays, in fact, it's been that way since they started developing mainly for consoles and not PCs. Side effect of that was when a new generation of console came out, there was no new games available for it to play. No games because previously they developed it for the current PCs. And then when the game console came out that could run a game on the PC, they would port it across. And then you'd get a new game for the first year or two. You get to play all the PC games you couldn't previously play. But they don't do that anymore. They manufacture, well, they make games for the console, then port it over to the PC. Now, that means when a console comes out, there isn't any new games. There isn't any of that back catalogue of games you could jump into straight away whilst the new ones appear. So you get that kind of period where nothing happens. You also get the side effects where a lot of game companies, port over a thing onto the PC and expect all PC users to have gamepads. When the mouse, is the standard PC control method. And this is what I want to talk about. Now, the standard PC control method for the PC, keyboard, mouse, not gamepad. The standard control method for a console is a gamepad. Now, yes, some people with consoles also own PCs. But if you're porting your game across to a PC from a console and you think, well, gamepads are good enough, then basically you're selling your game to the same console owner who owns a PC and not to the rest of the PC market, because the rest of the PC market like their mouse and keyboards. We do not like gamepads. We avoid gamepads. So if you're going to be porting your thing and you're hoping to sell it to more customers, surely you should support the keyboard and mouse. Because otherwise you're just selling the game to the same person that owns the console. He's going to have a console, he's going to have a PC, he buys your game on the console, he might buy it on the PC. Everybody else is going to give it a 2 out of 5 rating for having crappy controls. Now, if we look at State of Decay 2, now that's been on Game Pass. So I'm playing it on Game Pass. It's recently on Steam for £8. I was thinking of buying it, but I thought, hang on a sec, is this a console game? Because I buy less games now than I've ever bought in my life because I don't like gamepad controls, and many developers just think all PC users will buy them and like them. I don't. I mean, I brought Mad Max and a bunch of other games that all required things. I never play them. I tried them out, think, oh my god, it's a gamepad control. Uninstalled, never touched it again. I've got to the point now where I won't even buy a game if I know it's a console control method. I'll just avoid it. It doesn't matter how good it is, I will leave it alone, right? And this is what happened with State of Decay. I looked at it on Steam at £8. I thought, that's a good bargain. And I thought, hang on, look, where did it come to? Oh, it's released on the Xbox first, on the first version. Second version has come out on Windows and the Xbox. It's going to be a console game. So anyway, it was on Game Pass, I tried it. Now, it's a good game. But it's got this stupid gamepad control method. On the PC, you can do a smooth turn like that. Gives you really precise control. On a console, you're like, bum, bum, bum. So when you've got the enemy dead in front of you and you're trying to hit him, this lock-on effects and everything else means you're swinging that way, that way, that way, that way. You can't hit the guy directly in front of you. And I'm thinking, this game's really, really fucking crap, innit? I mean, look I'm trying to hit him, and it's hitting him, it's hitting him, it's hitting him, it's every but what I want to kill. Drives you absolutely nuts. This is why when people like me, stop buying games, it's because game developers are releasing a console game on a PC. If I wanted a fucking console game, I would have brought a console. This is the thing. So when you're actually looking at these console games and you're looking at these control methods, think, why do people buy a PC? Is it for the price control, superior graphics and faster speeds? Or is it because they secretly wanted a console and you're going to force it down their throats anyway? Because this is the point. When I buy PC games now, I'm looking for a game that was released on the PC first to avoid that very scenario. And when I see a game like Mad Max or any other game like that used console controls, and as soon as I see it, I realise my mistake, I'll either ask for a refund or I'll stop playing it. If I haven't been over the 2 hour limit, I will normally ask for a refund because I do not like gamepad control methods. I never have. I mean, when I was having the Amiga, we used to have the same kind of controls on the Amiga. It's analog, right? It's kind of like 45-degree turns, not 360, you know, or digital, should I say. Right? You get 45-degree turns, where analog is 360. Now, you could even get analog games on the consoles. You can get analog pads on the consoles. But the reason why they don't provide them is because the consoles aren't that good at controlling a 360-degree character. Mice, on the other hand, are. Mouse look is pretty much a standard feature of every PC shooter ever made. So when you've got a game that is basically a shooter with zombies like State of Decay, why not use the standard system that everybody's been using since the early 90s? Anyway, the control method and everything else that you see on games these days, when it comes from the console, we're actually getting a downgrade. It's a serious downgrade. I'm not talking about a minor one or whatever. I'm talking about a massive downgrade from PC users. I mean, you get joysticks and stuff. Actually, I'm not going to risk that. I'd probably knock it over. I've got a joystick behind there, look, right? I mean, look at that. See that joystick there? That's just a cheap one, right? It's Cytec, I think it is. You get some really nice joysticks, but how many games use them these days? I mean, I haven't used that joystick in a long time. But it's a lot better than most gamepads. I mean, at the end of the day, they're killing off entire PC market of peripherals, which made the games better in favour of a console pad or gamepad that doesn't do anything but downgrade the game. I've got nothing against consoles, but I have everything to do with downgrading the control methods I like to use. If I wanted to downgrade my control methods to a console, I would buy a console. It's as simple as that. I don't mind what you guys use, what you guys prefer. Your personal choice, that's perfectly fine. But for me, if a game is a gamepad only game, or it feels like it's designed for the gamepad and there's been no effort to make it work on the PC with say mouse look, I'm going to ask for my refund. I'm going to ask for my money back. Right, see you in the next one, folks, and just a little friendly rant about control methods which has been bothering me for a while.